Hey guys, this is Dave Witchard, President FFL Velocity. Welcome to Weekend Warrior Podcast. And today I've got a special guest, and he is not only a Hall of Fame producer, but like a almost quadruple Hall of Fame producer, really. And so his name is Jake Konen. Say hi, Jake.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for having me on, Dave.
Yeah. And Jake's also building the business. He's a board member here very soon. Works with my buddy Easton and Zach T, also my buddy. So. Hey man, so listen, so here's the thing. He played some college football and everything. So let me tell you a little bit about your story. Just share whatever you'd like and tell us a little about Jake.
Absolutely, man. I mean, in the insurance industry a little bit before, Easton was the one that brought me in. June 2020, that was a full-time spot there. And it's been the best decision I've ever made. That's for sure.
Yes, you played football, right? You said it. And
Yep.
yeah. And what did you do prior to this? And tell us a little bit about your family and your background, that kind of thing, with your family if you want.
Absolutely, man. So, I mean, humble beginnings for sure, hardworking family, 12 brothers and sisters blended. I mean, I watched my mom work her tail off, for us kids. My parents split when I was 10, so she was, raising 4 kids the majority of the time, working 2-3 jobs at a time, so, I mean, man, she just worked her tail off. She was the backbone of the whole family. And not to say that we saw our dad quite a bit, and he still has a massive impact on our life. I mean, he was always just a phone call away, and he was at, 9 out of 10 of our sporting events growing up too. So he was hardworking as well. He's a chiropractor. But yeah, man, I mean, that's kind of the life that we came from.
And you were telling me earlier that that the coaches in your life have been a big influence on your life. You talk about that?
Absolutely. So, I mean, with not a lot of time with mom working, 2-3 jobs at a time, we were all in athletics. Everybody was, right? Because, I mean, we had to do stuff to, buy our time. I mean, it was coincidental that we loved competition and sports and everything and excelled in them. But, yeah, I mean, coaches were a massive, massive component of, my upbringing when I wasn't around my dad. They were just, the go-to male role model.
Did you play just football? What else did you play?
Man, growing up, wrestling, baseball, track, golf, basketball, football, everything.
Yeah, I pretty much did it all too, so I know how that is. Four sport letterman in high school and stuff, not that it means anything, but it was to me.
Yeah.
And so if I had a ball, I played. Usually golf, I'm not good at though. Like I would
Me neither.
hit it like a baseball and go look in the trees for it and realize that's not something I should probably play. It's not really good for impatient people.
Right.
That's for sure. So you ever hear a story with Paul? You ever heard Sean talk about Andrew playing golf?
No.
So when Andrew got his deal, like they went and play golf, right?
Yeah.
And he's not really good. And so Sean says, yeah, if you play golf with Andrew Taylor, the best place to stand is right in front of him.
That's awesome.
He said, you can make sure he's not going to hit you.
I'm going to keep that in mind.
Now, he might be better now. I don't know if he's playing much. He works a lot, so he probably doesn't. But thank you, Andrew, for your hard work. If you ever watch this. But so, Jake, so as we jump into this, so what brought you to FFL? How did you get recruited? That kind of thing.
So the initial thing that piqued my interest, I was already on my way out of my prior gig. I mean, the manager, the guy that brought me into my last company, he made he was amazing, right? But we had like our quote unquote annual convention with the practice company, and he left the bonus that he made off of all the agents individually right in front of him when he got up to go to the bathroom. So I wasn't snooping or anything; it was just right there. I looked over and I was like, huh, and so that I was
just off you,
just off me. At a captive organization, and that was his bonus, right?
Just off you. So what? There was no. And he made bonuses off other people too.
I was the highest performer in our group in that region. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But anyways, I saw that. That's what sparked me to start looking into a bunch of other opportunities. And I went to college with Easton. We did life insurance, but a lot of other insurance as well. P&C, right? So I had his phone number, just gave him a call, and he piqued my interest. I mean, from the jump. Started looking into Family First Life. Got cut in the web, the beautiful web that brought me here. But I mean, the thing that brought me here, one of the main things was, leadership. I mean, everything that Sean was saying on every single video that I watched he was transparent. You could tell he believed 100% that everything he was saying was true, and that just jived.
Yeah.
I didn't even care what we were doing. I'm going to go with that guy.
Yeah, I know. Right. And so I'm trying to remember. I mean, I'm sure I watched some stuff. I don't like, I don't even know that I watched any videos, to be honest with you. We connected LinkedIn, Andrew and I. I'm trying to remember in the beginning if I did. I might have looked at a few, but I don't. I wasn't one of those guys like, hey, I watched all this stuff and then decided to come here because if I did, I probably would have came sooner. Honestly,
Right.
I trusted Andrew. I just reached out to him. We talked, and then he gave me some time, and it took some months. But you're right because I remember when I met Sean for the first time. I mean, I was already in, but then I was really in,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt the same way. And,
Yeah.
and the first thing that well, I'll share this, but one of the first things he said to me because of the situation, where I was coming from,
Mm-hmm.
and the truth is, Jake, I didn't probably go after people like I should have. I just didn't, but I would recommend we do save the agent. So, because things are going to come to you anyway. So why not?
Totally.
Right. So, I mean, it came to me anyway, even though I never did anything, they still come after me. Like, it was stupid, which is why if you're a captive, quit right now, leave. If you have no leads, quit right now and leave. And Sean tells you that, but then you guys stay over there and you're wasting your time. Like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
understand. Why would somebody stay at any company that pays you 40, 50, 60%, 70, maybe, and cold call and no leads? Why do you think that is?
For me, it was I didn't know
Yeah,
a
I
lot
didn't
about the
either.
industry. I had no idea, and I did have to sign a contract, and I mean our commission structure and how to raise your comp was so diluted with verbiage in the contract and stuff like that. No, basically no one could tell you exactly how to do it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that just didn't make sense to me. But I mean, I didn't care. I was making more money than I ever had before.
Yeah.
I knew it was a commission job, but I mean, for me, it was just naiveness. I didn't know until I saw that statement. And I was like, okay, somebody's getting 100%.
You ever talk to that guy?
Yeah,
You ever try to
yeah.
recruit him?
No,
You should.
yeah, maybe 65,
Oh,
70.
that's how it is now.
Yeah,
Wow, got it. Yeah. Well.
maybe
Yeah. Well, anybody can do it, but I understand that.
100%.
But yeah, so that's why I love doing these things because it makes you just think. But I mean, I was in the same way. I was blind, dude. Like I think that if you're with a captive organization and you confirm with me on that, I think what happens is they're so, and I hate to use the word brainwashing, but at the end of the day, they make, hey, you're over here in this little bubble. This is not, they tell you everything over here is not good. Everything over here is not good. What we do is smart. We should do it this way. We shouldn't have to buy leads, cold call, we get referrals. It's all free. Yeah, it's free, but you still got to go do it. Like you
Hmm.
still got to knock on doors. And I mean, let's just be real. I mean, most people don't want to do that.
Right.
Like, do most people want to pick up the phone? Maybe not, but they're more apt to pick up a phone and call somebody that literally says, "Hey, I want your help." Like versus you knocking on the door and trying to convince them something bad's going to happen to them. Right?
Totally.
Wouldn't you agree? So I just don't understand people, but whatever. And then they have these business owners that clearly make way more money than them. Show them all
Hmm.
the time. I'm over here in the Bahamas. I'm over here buying this car, doing this. And they
Yep.
don't even work. They think they work hard. They don't know what hard work is. And then why would you want to work like? Looking back, I don't understand why they do that. Like,
Yeah.
and it's weird, right? But we're totally different. It's like work hard, work hard,
Totally.
right?
Looking back at that contract and when I was getting out of it, and having a lawyer kind of sift through and everything, if that contract was not for me, that was for them. That was for the
They all
company.
are.
That was to protect them. It had
Did it say
nothing to do with
independent
me.
contractor on it anywhere?
That I don't know.
So ours said independent something. I'm like, why would you? I mean,
Why
first
do I
of
have to
all,
sign a contract then? Yeah,
it's funny how they say you're an independent
it's crazy.
and you're
But
not.
I mean, like, if the comp structure is not easily explained to you, I mean, 1, 2, 3 sentence, maybe a paragraph tops, you should run. If your comp is at 43% and you don't know how to move quickly through it, or there's like a time duration, there was a time duration set on mine. No, so the speed didn't matter. And that was the main thing I was looking at was time, because that's the only thing we all got in common, really.
Yeah.
Taxes or whatever. But it didn't matter how fast or how high I produced over there. I could not get to the point where I was owning my book of business and being vested until I was there for 10 years, no matter what my performance was.
Yeah, mine was 5, and it seemed like forever. And then the funny thing is, they say, "Hey, you get this book of business," but then what happens is when you leave, they can still take it from you,
Yeah.
which is nuts.
Yep.
Even though you're vested.
Hmm.
Fact.
Quote unquote vested.
So if you're looking at the insurance business, please do yourself a favor. Do what Jake said. make sure you have an attorney look at the form and let them tell you the truth if you ever decide to leave.
Totally.
Let them tell you before you make, and then call us because we don't have contracts.
Absolutely.
Right? We have contracts with the carriers, not FFL.
Yeah.
Like we own our own entity. This is actually during a podcast we're going to talk about. This is what we're talking about. So this is good. Yeah. So what are some things you've learned? You're here. I don't know if you guys had leads over. Did you have leads where you were?
Nothing. It was actually frowned upon to get them.
Wow. Okay. So what have you found the difference as? Okay, we have to buy leads. So people are like, well, why I got to buy something? Could you talk about that difference and how that's worked for you? Because so he knows what he's talking about here. Made a lot of money this year. Helped a lot of people. Could you talk about the difference in leads and how that process works versus cold calling and stuff like that?
Absolutely. So, I mean, calling them leads, it is a lead, on the business side of things. But I mean, on the other end of that lead, it's a family who has genuinely expressed their interest in being connected with a licensed individual to attain more information, right? They're looking for assistance.
Yeah.
They're looking for assistance. I wouldn't call any lead piping hot unless it's like a referral. Those are the hottest leads, out there. But our leads are curious. And it's our job, and we have the best training platform on the planet, in my opinion, the highest, the biggest, loudest elephant in the life insurance industry, hands down.
How can you argue with it, right?
You can't. Look at the numbers. But I mean, the leads that we have, they're curious leads, but we get to buy them. We don't have to. We get to buy them. You get to go as fast or as slow as you want to here. It's 100% your decision. But they're curious leads, and with our training platform that is second to none, it's your job, and we train you to do it, to go out and turn that curiosity into a necessity.
Oh, I just had a thought. You know what we should do is buy those little old mini calculators that no one ever uses anymore, and we should send it to all the captive agents and say, we just want to send you this so you can learn how to use it.
100%.
Because I'm not sure they know how. Like Eric's one came up with that. He's like, hey, when they start using their calculator, everybody will be here.
Yeah.
And I don't understand.
That's so true. When the attorney broke out the contract and started like running the numbers for me, I was like, man, there's no way. I got to get out of here.
Yeah. I mean, if you're watching, it's simple math, like 30, 40, 50%, maybe you get to 70, or you start a minimum of 90, which most people don't. I mean, they don't. That's up to whoever hires you. But at the end of the day, most people don't. And, then you get up to, 110s, 120s, 130s, all the way up to 145. They have the potential to go to 145. And by the way, the way to do it is you grow your business, and you're already there. So you're right at it, 750, aren't you?
Yep.
Right at it, yeah. So anyway, if you're
back to the comp, back to the time reference, right? You can go as fast as you want to. You can give yourself promotions every single 2 months.
Yeah.
Every single 2 months, and it doesn't matter if the person that brought you in, you should thank them because you're blessed, like I was. Easton blessed the heck out of me. Excuse me.
Yeah, no.
But anyways, it doesn't matter even if that person that brought you in is like dragging a little bit behind. You can go as fast as you want to.
Yes, you can.
There's nothing holding you back.
That's right. That's true. Well, and I think, I think as we move forward, I think the biggest thing is we work hard here. We do. Even with, things going on in the world, whatever, we're still growing exponentially. It's just crazy. Do you want to work hard? Are you afraid? Are you being teachable, coachable? This is, by far the place to be, because we have a great leader in Sean and Andrew and obviously others, Zach and
absolutely
just many other people. And we have this integrity thing, like it's real, and we have the best opportunity to get there. We just do. Like I believe that. It's obviously in the numbers. It's there. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. The thing that obviously that was a huge factor, right? Everything that we discussed, but you meet integrity partners and somebody like you that's on the cusp. All the integrity partners are real people. Mm-hmm. They put their pants on the same way every single other human being does in the morning, one leg at a time.
We talked about that a while ago, yeah.
Yeah, they're real people.
Yeah. Jake's a real guy. He's like, and we are. He decided, hey, look, I'm going to work a little bit harder. Wouldn't you say, so if you think about, I think you would agree that the only difference between that is the investment leads. Like, totally. And you talked about that earlier. Could you share just a little bit about like the Vegas thing when you're talking about how that made sense to me?
Yeah. So, if you're your own business owner here, if you're the house and you're in Vegas and you're the casino, you are always going to win as long as people are playing, right? So here you just got to pay to play. We get to pay to play, to just rocket ship up. It's up to you.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing about it. He's not afraid of hard work. So he knew the more leads he bought. I mean, and if you talk to, as Jordana was sitting here, and you talk to them, they're all going to tell you the same thing. They just bought more leads and worked harder, right? That's it.
Absolutely. Also being here, one of my teammates that I'm lucky enough that are just coming over here. He's an ex-Marine, veteran. Like yourself. Thank you for your service.
No, thank you.
But he talked about the obligation that he felt coming over here, and it was amazing. If you're here at Family First Life and you're not investing in yourself, first off, give yourself some dang credit.
Heck yeah.
You need to believe in yourself a little bit because, you can do this. And, plus, if you're here, you're obligated to bless other people. Whether or not you're hiring, maybe that just means you do need to invest more and, bust the deeply roots of your family tree. Like maybe no wealth came from anybody in your family. It's got to come from you. And maybe it's not even wealth. Maybe it's just raising yourself up into a different tax bracket so your kids can have every opportunity they wanted to have.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not just about you, man. Come over here and change your life. And if you're not motivated by that, change the people's lives around you.
Well, yeah, amen. It is about the other people, and being here for right at 2 years. We started building like March 2020, whatever. But going to convention, we got what would you say about that? So, guys, listen, we're going to put together. We did it last year. We had 7 locations. Our CEO came out and said we're going to do this thing. We did it. 7 locations. I think it was 10, 12,000 people, whatever.
Yeah.
This year we're going to be in Marlins Stadium. By the way, it doesn't cost you anything. Just got to get there. You don't pay for the event. You don't pay for anything. They're not going to charge your account. None of that stuff. I don't know what that means, but somebody will get that.
It's free.
Yeah, this is free. There's no charge. This is it. You go there, show up, best training in the industry. Hey, by the way, if you're not with us, show up anyway and reach out to Jay, reach out to me. I don't care. Come with us. Find one of us and say, hey, I spent 3 days here. I'm in. You won't make it 3 days. You'll make it about a day, like halfway through the first thing, and you'll be like, I'm in. How do I get in this thing?
Absolutely.
And you're not signing your life away because you don't have to sign a contract either, by the way. So, hey, as we wrap this up, this has been fun. So let's talk about convention. So we're goal's 20,000. I think 12 or 15,000 registered already. We're going to push 20,000, 15 plus, easy.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be amazing. Great speakers, 3 days, February 3rd, 4th, 5th. Yes. Getting down there on the 2nd myself, ahead of time. A lot of Hall of Famers going to be recognized. A lot of different things. So I'm excited about that. How did convention change your life, if it did?
It totally did.
Yeah,
it totally did. It just raised the belief level through the roof that this was the right decision.
Last year was your first one, right?
It was.
Right.
Yeah, it was phenomenal.
Where'd you go?
Kansas City.
Got it.
Kansas City. Zach and Brent Abernathy were leading the charge over there, man. It was fun.
Yeah, I had a couple of my guys there. Corey Williams, he was there. And
yes.
Yeah, I think Hosberger came too there.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah, good guys.
But yeah, if you're an agent here at FFL and you're not registered yet, you're forfeiting it. It's all there. Everything. There's not going to be a trainer there that is training on a certain topic. Mm-hmm. Everybody there is training for a reason. Mm-hmm. Sean, Andrew, you, Dave, anybody that has a hand in, putting together that schedule is put together with intent. Yeah. To make everybody that shows up better. But also, in a hypothetical situation, if I was still with my other company, if anybody that in your current company, if you're a licensed agent, is telling you bad things purposefully and going out of the way about Family First Life, come to the convention and see if they're true. I challenge you to do that. Come to the convention and see if what you're hearing is true, and make your own decision. I think you're going to make the decision on the other side.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'll just say this, and we'll kind of come back to you, wrap it up. But that's the thing. I was reflecting on this the other day. I shared this with you. So I was at a company where highest level I could get, supposedly own my own agency, all this junk. Anyway, lack of support, whatever. I made a decision faithfully to come here. But I remember, being in this business a while and going back to kind of, hey, get back in the field and sales. I had to take that, manager hat, ownership hat, whatever. I was working, but it was like I had to dial the phone, I had to buy leads. I never did that, but I took it on faith, and then it just makes sense. The longer I'm here, I'm like, what was I thinking? So I think what we're trying to do is tell you to save you some time. Do it now because you're eventually going to be here anyway. We like to say that, but it's true. Anyway, I just wish I'd have done it sooner, but God's timing's perfect. It's changed my life, dude. It's changed a lot of
Totally.
people's lives. Thank goodness I made that decision.
Totally.
So as we wrap this up, any last comments, and then also tell them how to get a hold of you.
Yeah, I think do a leadership audit. If you're not here at Family First Live, Dave already said it, you will be here eventually. So you might as well save yourself some time. I mean, for real, but do a leadership audit. Do an internal inventory. Who are the leaders around me that I actually want to be, living a certain aspect of their life in the near future, and how quick can I get there?
Wow.
If you can't find the responses to those questions like I couldn't, you need to find a different vehicle quick.
That's great stuff.
Start looking around. But if you want to get a hold of me, again, my name is Jake Konen. Phone number is 406-607-0624.
Hey, it's been great. So thanks for jumping on today. And I think, guys, come join us, man. I mean, come work with Jake and Zach and Easton, those guys, or whatever. Velocity, it doesn't matter. We just want you here. So we appreciate you listening today. Check it out for yourself. That's like Jake said, come to FFL, down in Florida, Miami. If you have, just reach out to one of us to find out, but FHLconvention.com, you can register. If you're an agent here and you haven't registered, I think you need to throw your notebook across the room, slap yourself in the face and say, why am I'm not trying to, but I'm just saying, come on, seriously, it's free. I said this, I was saying, if you had to pack some peanut butter sandwiches and a bottles of water and start walking today to get to Miami, then do it. It's going to be that powerful. And sleep in the stadium, no one's going to come in there and kick you out. None of us are going to do that. You can sleep there. I think
100%.
I don't think the janitors are going to like that, but you can sleep anywhere, So just get there. Please subscribe to Weekend Warriors on Family First Life Velocity if you don't mind, and we love to. We're on all the you got Big Sky, you got Velocity, all these teams, and just follow us, man. We're gonna give you the truth, that's for sure. So thanks for being on. We appreciate you. Have an awesome day.